Welcome back, everybody. This is episode 16 of the Let's Play. It's so good to be back. I've been busy in real life, busy on the Whimsycast server, as you may have seen with some of the videos being put out. But I do love my LP world, and I love getting back here. I love making progress. And if you can, I don't know if you've even recognized, I seem to have a different skin. So I logged on today. I logged on yesterday and played, and I'll talk about what I did, and everything seemed fine. I logged on this morning, and I seem to have one of the default skins, called Kai, I think. He's one of the many default skins now after Steve and Alex that were introduced. I'll have to work out what's going on there, because I do have my normal skin applied, or at least as far as I can see. There's obviously something happening, so we'll try and fix this, but it doesn't stop me playing the game anyway. It just makes me look a bit different. But I'll get back to the geologist skin, don't you worry. I'm standing up here on one of these floating blocks, which I intend to remove. And if you did watch last episode, you will know, after so many hours of fishing, I eventually got a mending book with cursive binding, which I applied, to my elytra, begrudgingly. So I didn't want to apply it to the elytra. I could have applied it to a tool, and then cursive binding wouldn't have made any difference. But let me just turn the music down for a second, because it's a bit on the loud side. Music. Put down to 225. Okay, what was I saying? Yeah, I could have put it on a tool. I mean, some of my tools do need mending on. But the whole point of the episode, I know you watched it, the whole point of the episode was to find mending for my elytra, which is the one thing, of course, you can't find in the wild with mending on. And to that end, I kind of sucked it up, put it on the elytra, knew that I couldn't take it off, although I could deliberately die and get it removed in that way, and that might be something I'd do later in the episode. Basically, it had to go on the elytra. There was no other thing it could go on. So I can find other mending books. I could find tools with mending on. And in fact, that's what I just did. So off camera, between the end of last episode and now when I'm talking, I went back to the end. So I used the now mending and binding elytra. I'm going to search for some more end cities. And I got quite lucky. So I found some pants with mending on, and I used an anvil that's been put away somewhere. I used an anvil in the end to already attach them to the leggings that I had. I healed up these with some extra diamonds that I have, but of course that takes levels, and they really need to have mending on them. But luckily, I believe, I'll have to go and check my shulker boxes, because this was yesterday, IRL. I'm logging on now to talk about it, I can't quite remember. I'm pretty sure I found some boots with mending. And mending would be the last enchantment that I want to add on here. I don't really use thorns. Some people like to use it, which is fine. I don't like to use it, because often, well, I guess in this world we're not using villagers so much, but often if you're moving mobs around, you just don't want them to accidentally hit you and take damage. So thorns is not something I'm aiming to put on any of these bits of armor, but mending certainly, if I can get it, I will. I just won't trade for it, as you know. So I do believe I found some mending boots. I think I found a mending sword as well. I might try and put it on there, but we'll have to go and see. While I'm up here, I haven't got a shovel on me. Okay, we'll do it the old-fashioned way. While I'm up here, I absolutely have to get rid of these things. No, that was the wrong block. Okay, that's what happens when you do things in third person. I was going to get all three of them. Oh, no. Okay, we'll go back and do that another time. That was a bit silly. I meant to do all three of them then. Let me show you what else I've done with the elytra. So one of the objectives of the elytra was to clean up some of these maps. So I've been making maps, as you know, of the world. And I decided to make a kind of map wall in one of the floors in the lighthouse, which wasn't really doing much. They were kind of like fake bedrooms almost. I mean, I wasn't using them to sleep. I thought a map wall would go really well, and I kind of fitted it into this gap here with a bit of DIY on these trapdoors. But no, these inside four maps, I pretty much cleaned them out. So I cleaned this one, and this one, and I went off just do some more exploring in some of the corners, just to see if I can find a desert, which I just cannot find in my world. This one still has some of the unvisited areas, but I will get to it. And I do like to have the maps. I absolutely love to have maps of the world. What I can do is get some smaller scale maps of the base, which would be a great thing to put on the to-do list wall, which needs to be made to remind me of what needs doing. That is not an uncovered part of the map, that's just a splotch of sand. But sometimes the uncovered parts can look like, see there, can look like bits of sand because of the colour of the item frame. I'm sure you know about this. So yeah, ideally I'll be doing all this. This is one of the reasons I wanted Elytra actually. I said that I'm not going to use it to travel around. And although I have been moving between the base and the stronghold using Elytra, I want to develop some kind of transport network which saves me doing that. This is just the kind of early stages of cleaning up, so to speak, especially the map wall. So that was done. Let's see what else I got. I can quickly look in here. So these were some of my gains from the end city. Let's see what's in this one. One of them had mending on. They don't have mending. I can put that up there, can't I? Yeah, I can put some of these in to make some space. Also, I decided to kill some endermen to get some ender pearls, which I always find to be quite useful. Did these have mending on? Protection and breaking. Mending pickaxe. Pickaxe is the one thing I... Oh, yes. Mending, perfect. Pickaxe is the one thing I don't need mending on, because I have that on stuff already. Let's see what's in this last ender box. Sorry, shulker box. Lots and lots of boots that I found. Some good boots actually. It's a depth strider, 3, protection 4. Just without the mending. Oh, mending shovel. Ah, interesting, interesting. Okay, so let's just look. Let's quickly confirm. I think it was just those two. I was specifically looking for mending tools, of course. Plus some other shulker shells, which will always be useful. I don't need, because both of my picks have mending on. Because... Okay, there's the anvil. Okay, so maybe I can do this now. Let's have a look. So that was where I put my... So I'm running out of space. I need to put away some of this stuff. This is excess loot. I'll put in some of them as well. Okay, we'll just do that for now, so we have some space. Okay, anvil down. So boots. Oh, this is going to be really expensive, I can tell. This probably won't work. Mending to be put onto them. Oh, too expensive. Oh, 7. Oh, thank goodness. So I can do it. It just needs to be the other way around. And that's a perfect set of boots. I would love that. Absolutely love that if I could do it. So what about the shovel? I do believe I put my shovel... Yeah, these were the tools I left behind, so I didn't want them to break. Not break, get lost, basically. 19! 19 for a shovel! This is unbelievable. Okay, well, I'll do this. I'll find a way to get XP. I'll get mending put on the boots, I'll get mending put on the shovel, and then I will be a bit happier, because then I will have 3 armor units with mending. This, obviously, which is the mending book from the fishing. Mending from the legs, which I found and added. And mending on the boots. Okay, so that's the plan. Right, we are going to do some building today. Once I've cleared all this mess out, filed it away in my new storage system, I'll bring you guys back and we'll talk about what we're going to do. Cool. Okay, welcome back. So we're at the Ocean Monuments, the Guardian Farm. I thought I'd show you a bit of the process for me building another one of these compartments for the armor trims. This is a project that was started, well, way back actually, back in episode 3 or 4 or something, I can't remember. And I made some progress. I've done the Nether Fortress one, I've done some other random ones. But the next one to do will be the Stronghold. Here's the End City trim, the Spire trim. I think this turned out quite well, especially with the Shulker and the Enderman heads. They really help. So we should try and get heads for any of the other creepies that exist, the mobs that exist in these places if we can. I'm not sure about getting a warden head. We'll see about that. But in going to do the eye trim for the Stronghold, it made me realise that I'd made a mistake somehow and I'd missed out Sentry, which was quite bizarre because I thought I'd checked this quite carefully. So I counted however many partitions we needed, but for some reason I missed out Sentry. So I moved a sign here just kind of in the middle. I think the best way to deal with this could be, because these are evenly spaced, right? They are similar sizes, evenly spaced. It's really only the back wall that I have a chance to do something with. The back wall was supposed to be for the localities that have more than one armor trim. So there's 4 there for the Trail Ruins. This I think would be a Bastion, no, Trial Chamber. There's 2 for the Trial Chambers. Jungle Temple. Bastion hasn't been done, I think. That's tied as Ocean Monument. This is what we're doing now. This is Stronghold, and this is, yeah, Shipwreck. And that's June. So we'll work out what to do with Sentry. It's a bit annoying that I have to rejig things, but I'll probably rejig that back wall and I'll show you when it's done. But the general theme for these has been slabs in some way to spawn proof. I mean, spawn proofing is not the main objective here, but what I wanted was the armor trims to stand up kind of by themselves and be a bit more prominent. So slabs help to give that effect in having the armor trim slightly elevated above everything else. And of course there's some randomness with stairs and steps and anything else. So I brought over some stone brick, and what we need to do is make this into slabs. So I might do this first of all. Get 6 of them. Those doors will be useful later. That should be more than enough. You don't need many for this space. 28. Let's do one more with the cracked. Oh, you can't do cracked slabs. That's interesting. Can you do cracked stairs? No, you can't. Huh. I don't know if I knew that. We'll do some of them. Can you do mossy stairs? No, oh, you can. Well, why can't you do cracked stairs then? It's bizarre. You can't do smooth stairs. I know that for sure. Oh, I haven't got enough anyway. And these doors, of course, you find these doors in strongholds frequently. So what we'll do is start laying some stuff down and see what it looks like. So this will be the eye. We've got 2 doors, so I think we should have them somewhat symmetrical. So 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. 1, 2, 3, door. 1, 2, 3, door. 1, 2, 3. Perfect. So we can have that there. 1, 2, 3, door. We'll find a way to add some light to this. That kind of tells you in a stronghold, doesn't it? So let's do that above the doors. Can I get them the other way? I probably can't because I can't go back. Yeah, that's not going to work. We'll do this for now. We can always change things around. So what I would want actually is... idiots. Now it's dark again. I'll put this there for now. I've been using sea lanterns to try and light this up. It seems to go with the theme of the fact that we're down in the ocean. So, we'll put the light up there, at least for now. Yeah, so I don't mind having the ocean monument bits and pieces sticking through. I mean, it works fine at the back there for obvious reasons, because that's the tide trim. It's sticking through here in the Dune, it's sticking through in the others, even in the Nether Fortress. You can see it in the end part there. So it's no big deal. So I can live with that for sure. So we can... So basically, I've been doing it deliberately randomly. Because sometimes you do want symmetry, just like when I spaced out those doors. And sometimes you want some randomness because it looks a lot more organic if you can do randomness at times. So where do we want these armor trims to sit? I think I've been going for 3 in each, as you can see. So I've laid out 3 stands in different places. So I guess we would want 1 here, always front and center. Is that too high? That's... Yeah, this is the thing, some of them look quite high. Wait, is that sitting on a slab? They can sit on slabs. Wow, let's just test this. I didn't know that. I mean, obviously I knew because I placed the other ones. I must have just forgotten. Okay, well that changes things. So we can lay some down on some slabs. How about that one? So that's got a gap of 2. This also has a gap of 2. We don't really have that many options, so we'll just do this. We want it facing at the front. Where on earth did that go? Where did that go? Oh, I guess it glitched out or something. Maybe it's... Okay, fine. Oh, I thought bedrock was the buggy version. That's just a joke. Okay, that disappeared, but we'll leave the extra stand there. And we know it's going to be there. So what do we want in here? Maybe we don't want stone brick again, because that is a bit monotonous. Ah yes, we could do this, couldn't we? Just make the ocean monument show through at the very back. I think that looks quite good. And let's have them curve off here. Yeah, interesting. Okay, so what we don't want is that kind of thing. You don't want to have the big blocks at the front, because then they're going to hide the ones behind. Of course, you can have some at the front if they're at the edges. That's fine. But mostly, in fact, the edges are the best place to have these things. Mostly you want the big blocks in the edges. So if we do this, maybe we can put a slab on there to give it a bit more height. And then it's just filling in this empty space. Does that look bad if the slab is there? I mean, it looks odd. I don't know if it looks bad, but you can't really see. Okay, let's just fill this in and see what it looks like. Maybe some more smooth stone would help. Oh, please. So yeah, this is the process basically, and I'm sure a lot of you do things in similar ways. Trial and error, and not being afraid really to take things down if they don't work, even if you're nearly finished, I guess, with the build. That was something that I've mentioned previously, and I stand by. You know, it's not a big deal if you try something that doesn't work out, and people probably wouldn't want to show that too much, but what am I doing? Can I make a sea lantern with this? I forget the recipe for a sea lantern. Probably can make one. Yep. Ugh, one sea lantern. Okay. I must have some spares somewhere else. I think they've been taken. We're gonna have this here. Is my arm stand down here? I would have thought that it may have fallen down here. Good trick with the water there, as I'm sure you're well aware. Yeah, I mean, as I was just saying, you really shouldn't be afraid of changing things if you don't like the look of them. Where's my extra smooth slabs? Because you want to break up the monotony of the stone brick. Can't place anything. There. Where else? We do need more lights back here, but I can deal with that. We don't want that. Okay, let's just. Okay, let's just keep that as a double, or as a full height. See, the stairs that I was talking about give some variation in height. This is not so bad. I can live with this. That's not too bad at all, actually. Maybe we should double up, but we can't. Because I don't mind the prismarine showing through, but I'd rather not have a lot of it, because it takes away from some of what you're supposed to be looking at. It takes away from the theme of the little partition. I think that looks quite good. We'll get some more lights in here. That's easy. That's an easy part. Can I even, if I put a slab over a light? Oh, it does stop the light. Huh. I thought that slabs let light through. Or does it have to be a top slab? Guess not. Well, there we go, guys. Quick and easy. I mean, I'm putting care into these, I'm not denying that. But you don't have to spend hours on them. I mean, this is just a very small display inside a very large building. I do want to get back onto this. I love having this going in the background. I just love having these drops accumulating. And I haven't forgotten about this, of course. I've been collecting trims as I've been going around. It's just that I still want to kind of drain the outside and give this a bit more oomph in terms of productivity. But this is good. We'll keep coming back to these as we need to. We haven't collected some of these yet because we don't have deserts in our world. We've still got to find a desert, so I haven't even found a dune trim yet. But it will come, and there's no harm in building these ahead of time using sand and sandstone, which is easy to acquire. So what's this? Coast trim shipwreck. That should be easy to build as well. Maybe we can do a few more of these this episode. Maybe that would be a good thing to do. We have the materials for sure. Okay, so still in this unusual skin. I'm not sure what's going on with this. Come back and we'll do some more building in a second. Okay, welcome back, guys. So you saw in the montage, I got a few more of those little displays done in the Ocean Monument. I'm not too impressed with the way the Pillager Outpost one turned out. I think maybe I'll mix up the block palette a little bit. I was using birch for the inside, like you have the kind of birch inside on the top level, and the dark oak on the outside. But I don't think it looked out. I don't think it looked too well in the end. So maybe we'll change that. I've got my skin back, as you can see. There we go, back to normal. Can't take the wings off, of course, and that's like kill myself in game. Yeah, I don't know what was going on with that, but everything's fine now. What I thought we could do, and what I've decided to do... Oh, it's nighttime again. It's always nighttime. I decided to finish off this. I wanted to put the warped stem on the other side of the nether portal. I think it looks quite good. Let's go on the roof. So it's symmetrical now, at least, and we've got some lanterns on the bridge. I think I did the bridge in a previous episode, but I've been doing a bit of touching up. I've been doing a bit of changes around here, and this is really what I'm thinking of now. There's a lot of odd jobs around the spawn area, around the base, that I've been putting off and I think need to be done. One is extending these paths. I mentioned the other day about mud, about how I was looking for mud in the mangrove forest. Whoops. But I haven't found a mangrove forest yet. And then of course I remembered you can just make mud by adding water to dirt, so we'll do some of that. We'll get some mud made so we can mix up some of the blocks in the path. But I made a small path up here connecting the lighthouse with kind of the main path that comes past the house here. I also added a small path there connecting basically the barn to our underground storage and the wizard's tower there. I'm not sure, I had a thought just earlier. I'm not sure whether to complete this as I intended to or leave it as a kind of ruin. I can make it look more ruined than this because this is kind of even and I need to make it look more ruined. Slap in a bit more mossy cobblestone, mossy stone brick. But I might, instead of doing it as a castle, I might leave it as a kind of ruin. I think that might be interesting. I'll see about that. I really want to move the lava farm. That's been there since quite early on. I do not like it there. It's just there for convenience. What I'm going to do is we're going to plant some crops, because what I would like to have is some nice wheat fields and some carrots and some... Is that a zombie? Some carrots, some potatoes, yeah, down there. Just in some places to give it a more kind of like homely feel. And I might do some, well, not time lapses, I still haven't worked out replay mod. I'll do some cuts and show you the progress. But we're going to get some nice scarecrows going, we're going to get some nice little furniture, kind of, maybe I can try and do something like a tractor. I know you can get builds of things like tractors or combine harvesters to put inside the field. I think that would look quite good. And I'm imagining somewhere around there. So I started clearing out a tiny bit of land. I took down that area there to allow a path to join the lighthouse to the drop chutes as well. But down here would be prime for some crops as well, as long as I have some way to get to the bridge over there. So that's the plan. It's going to be a bit of kind of like, I guess what do you call it, odd jobs, so to speak. But I think by the end, things will be much improved. Can I get this guy? Go away. One shot. I'm so good. Oh, there's Charlie. Charlie the Enderman. He's still there, guys. Still there. He's been there. I just named him Charlie. I haven't name tagged him, but that's what I'm calling him. He's been there for so many episodes, and like I said, he's never going to leave. You can't walk off that spot. I think he can walk slightly side to side. Yeah, there we go. He's not caught by the rain because of this lip that's on top, so he never teleports away. I actually feel quite sorry for the guy. But hey, that's not my problem. Okay, cool. I'll bring you back when I've got some more done. Okay, welcome back everybody. As you saw in the montage, I got quite a bit done. I'm pretty pleased. I'm on top of this big jungle tree, which I still don't know if I'm going to keep. I planted these things when I needed the chests for the new storage room, but it kind of fits in nicely. The bamboo needs to go, and I hate podzol, so I'll be moving that. But I might keep the odd bit of bamboo dotted around just to give it a bit more variety. And this is exactly what these little patches of crops have done. So we have the glowing scarecrows with the carved pumpkins. I think they look quite cool. I especially like the nether brick. I retextured the nether brick. Oh wow. Oh wow. The lightning rod doing its job there. I retextured the nether brick. What do you call it? It's not a retexture, is it? It's makes it look a different colour. I don't like the burgundy. I've said this before in previous episodes. But the black is really good. Goes well with the black stone. It's in the bridge there. And I thought it would go well as the arms for the scarecrow. So we got one there, one there, one there, one there. There's 5 of them around. And I planted some little crop patches, kind of along the places I go, along the paths, near trees, kind of breaking up empty space between the paths. Yeah, I'm pretty pleased. The next job is to build a tractor, like I said, so we'll probably have it somewhere around here. There's mobs because it's thundering. So I've got this little hay bale stack here. This is an empty space I've cleared out. Don't move, creeper. This is an empty space I've cleared out for a tractor. I think it will fit in quite nicely. So the zombies have tracked me from over there. That's kind of crazy. Can I fight in third person? Well, no, I can, but... Oh, and the rain's putting them out. That's interesting. Huh. I didn't know the rain did that. That's kind of cool. Yeah, so here's going to be a tractor. I've got a design I found online, and I'm going to replicate it with some changes to the block palette to make it fit in. But no, I think these tiny touches, they do so much for the area just around your base. A few flowers here and there, some crops. Crops in place of flowers, which can get repetitive if you use too many of them at the same time. I think it works quite well. I still need to get some mud, some packed mud, to kind of break up this monotony in the paths. That won't be too hard to do. Another zombie. Get back. This is my super sword. Can I do a crit? Oh yes. Super PvP here. Okay, right, yeah. Oh, this path actually, let me just show you this one. So I've left some of the flowers and the grass in the path, and this is not quite as smooth of a way up and down as previously. I've also left this overgrown part at the bottom. I wanted this to feel like it was kind of different and was overgrown. Where are all these zombies coming from? Ah. Don't break my plants. Oh, he must have some protection on or something. This is crazy. Are they calling in reinforcements or something? Yeah, so I don't have the path blocks complete. It's broken up by some moss here. It's broken up by random stuff. There's some buttons and some torches. It's all about making stuff look kind of natural, I guess, and just not having the same block over and over and over again. Maybe this can go. I mean, this tree doesn't need to be in the way there. But this is supposed to look like it's a bit dilapidated. I think it does that kind of job. Let me sleep. There should be a bed in the lighthouse. And then we can get going with the tractor. Okay, welcome back everybody. So here's the tractor. I think it's turned out really well. We can get a closer look, but I just wanted to give you a shot of what it looks like from some distance away. So this is a design by New Freedom MC, if you remember. I'll put this link in the description. There's no problem there if you want to replicate it yourself. It's quite small. It's 8 blocks long or 9 blocks long or something. It's 3 or 4 blocks wide. Fits in really nicely in this space. And this donkey's decided to have a look. Yeah, there's detail on the wheels. There's the kind of cabin where you can sit, and well, that's where the farmer drives, I guess. It's just a tractor. There's nothing more to it than that, but it gives it a bit more. It gives a bit more detail, I think, to this work we've been doing surrounding just our base. I made some changes here as well. We'll go and have a look at that in a second. I also planted a tree here on this kind of empty part of this raised level of the boardwalk next to the lighthouse. I think it fits in quite nicely, and I've put a few more cherry trees about, as you can see. They give a kind of contrasting colour to the greens, like the earthy colours that you have with all the crops. I think they look quite good. I'm really pleased with how this area is turning out. I think already it looks a bit more lived in and detailed and, well, alive, basically. Right, so what did I do here? This has been a hole in the ground for many episodes. I think we did this in episode 3 or 4 or something, I can't even remember. And it was a big job. I remember it was a really big job. And it was just lying there, open. I thought I'd put some basic pillars in with some of the new tough blocks, which are great. And we've got this roof with a hole in the middle. So sometimes when I come out of here, I like to just elytra up. So I didn't want to close the roof off entirely. I wanted to have some space where you could come out. And we'll take a look at this. Oop, there we go. From an angle, from some distance away. The lighthouse has got it in shade. So I went for the deep slate combination as usual. Sorry. Put in some of these ore blocks, which look great with the shaders, they glow. A few random oxidized copper blocks, which complement the dark deep slate very well. And this ring on top was just a bit of emphasis. And I think, yeah, I'm pretty pleased with it. It gives it a bit more, well, coverage, I guess is the obvious thing. And yeah, it makes it feel like it's more of a structure than just this hole in the ground where you go down and get your ores. I will do something about the inside walls at some point. I have to work out what to do. But I mean, look how deep this is. It goes all the way down to bedrock. So a lot of materials will be needed to decorate this drop chute. But it's going to be worth it for me. I want to do it. Because having the dirt and the brick exposed, the dirt and the stone exposed, it's not the best. What else did we do? Yeah, so I went ahead and made a map of the base. One of these low resolution maps. Obviously this is the most detail that you can have. I don't think there's anything that needs to be updated in here. What I might do is, when we reach a certain milestone, I'm not sure what the day count is. It's not on the F3 menu, I think. It will be on here somewhere. It's just kind of hidden because I have this better F3 mod, which actually I'm not sure makes it better at all. It's, I don't know if I like it as much as normal F3, which I don't use much anyway, but still. Yeah, so when we hit a certain milestone, either episodes or subscribers or views or for days or something, I might start locking in some maps so we've got a record of the progress that's being made over time. Because this world is going to be around for a long time, and I bet it's going to change a lot in that time. It would be nice to have some indications of what it looked like early on, and we can compare that to the growth that occurs through time. What I should have done, of course, is done a map right at the start. So that was an oversight at the time. But then again, I mean, you just imagine this without any buildings, and you just have a plain old island, and that's what it looked like before I came into the world. Okay, I might do a few more little decorations around the place, and then we might call it a day for this episode anyway. I want to have something in one of the spaces over here that's been left vacant. I'm thinking something like a well or a swing, like somewhere you would just sit down and relax. Maybe a fountain or something. A fountain's something that I've been wanting to add in at some point too. I've been planting a few flowers as well. I need to sort the light situation. I don't want torches everywhere either. There's always so much to do. Okay, so let me build a few more things, and then we'll come back and we might just close off the episode there. Okay, so you would have just seen in the montage I made a tiny little well over there, you can see it in the distance, and some more campsites just to kind of add some variation to the region around the base. I think we're probably done for today. We've got a lot done, lots of small things, but things that needed to be done, and these are the kind of jobs that pile up, and it's good to get them all knocked off in one go. So as the sun is setting, perhaps I'll say goodbye and thank you again for watching. It's been really great to get some work done around the base. I think next episode we'll do something more exciting. Maybe I think this is exciting anyway, but maybe you think differently. Probably some exploration. I do want to go and find not just a trial chamber, which would be worth exploring, but a trail ruin, which I haven't had the chance to investigate ever since they came into the game. These have been in the game for quite a few updates now. I think the archaeology update was well over a year ago, a year and a half perhaps at the time of recording. I've never had the chance to explore one. I know which biomes are supposed to spawn in, so going to find one would be something that's on my to-do list. We'll think of something to do, and I like to alternate the kind of stay near the base and build, and then go off and explore and do something else, and kind of sequentially throughout this series, just to keep my own interest up and yours as well. So yeah, once again, I guess now I can stop crouching and say thank you again for watching. As I've already said, it's really great that you're still sharing this adventure with me. So yeah, please tune in next time where we'll have some more fun together. Thank you, goodbye.